He was one of the most infamous jewel thieves in British history, but once she put on a wig, she transformed into many different identities. She could be a sensual and charming dancer, or a sophisticated and elegant teacher, but behind these disguises, she was just a mother trying to get her daughter back. She had tried hard in the past to apply for a job as a jewelry store saleswoman. Knowing nothing about jewelry, Joan pretended to be a customer. She visited every jewelry store big and small in London. From the clerk, she secretly learned how to identify diamonds. Then with her newly acquired expertise, she aced the interview. She became the most trusted saleswoman of the owner. But during one occasion when she helped a customer try on a necklace, she stared at the emerald necklace on the customer's neck, and a wild, unrealistic idea suddenly crossed her mind. How could she keep this necklace on her own neck forever? With her current salary, it would take her 100 years to afford this necklace, let alone the fact that she wanted to save up for a house. So the next morning, when the store needed to do an inventory check, she volunteered to work overtime. The owner noticed Joan's desire for money, and immediately had other ideas in mind. When only the two of them were left in the store, he asked Joan to lock the store's door. His hand, under the pretense of helping, suddenly moved closer to her. Joan didn't resist. She only quietly glanced at the surveillance camera above. She didn't know how many such cameras were installed in the store. They continued the inventory of the jewelry normally, but the owner's body kept getting closer. He was clearly experienced, knowing how to test Joan's limits step by step. Then he picked up a diamond necklace beside him, using temptation to break a woman's defenses completely. But unfortunately for him, he chose the wrong prey this time. Joan stopped his further advances. Then she nervously looked at the camera above. The owner thought Joan was just being shy. He immediately said the cameras had been turned off, and no one would know what they did in the store. Joan had to suppress her disgust, and with an alluring voice she said something.
Let me freshen up.
At first Joan just wanted to protect herself, but when she passed by the vault in the warehouse, she accidentally saw that glittering treasure. No woman could resist such temptation. Priceless gems were difficult to sell. Joan grabbed a diamond and swallowed it. After all, swallowing one or swallowing a bunch made no difference, so she simply swallowed the rest of the diamonds too. Then Joan lied about seeing a painter outside, saying if they were spotted, it would have a bad impact on the store. The owner completely saw Joan as his own. Little did he know, as long as Joan made a slight adjustment on the inventory list, it would be hard for anyone to notice a missing packet of diamonds. This was Joan's first heist before she became a famous jewel thief. At this point her goal was still simple: to earn enough money to give her daughter a home. In the UK, if parents can't afford to raise their children would be sent to foster care by welfare services, until the parents prove they can support their children again, and the most basic condition of course is to have a home.